Aries.
Now we're going to be looking at your solar chart for the full year of 2013 in your star sign. And basically what we're going to do today is take Mars, where it currently is now in January, and follow its motion and to see where it kind of ends up at the end of the year. What this will do will help to jumpstart you, knowing where Mars is, where you can hone in on the best energy available to you, which Mars is all about, and which arena of life is affecting you, so you can take that action and start building and see what you can accomplish there by the end of 2013. Also, we're going to look a little bit at Jupiter. I'm not going to give too much attention to it. It's only going to change a sign here throughout the year. And besides, we're going to be covering that on a monthly basis on your monthly tubes anyhow. But most interestingly is the big challenge we're all facing with that Uranus-Pluto. We all have it in our charts. We all have it in different parts of our charts. So I want to kind of scope out to you on your specific star sign to see where it's sitting, where Uranus is sitting, and where it's going to be hitting Pluto, and what your specific challenge is going to be. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. And challenges are always a big punch, but it doesn't have to be a negative thing. See, when we know what it's about, we drop fear. We only fear what we don't know, and this is when we turn all rigid and we kind of scramble to kind of hang on to old security, and where we freeze. See, it's like if we take another image and think about somebody who's drowning. What's the difference between somebody drowning and somebody coming in by free will, coming in and saving that person? What's the difference between the victim and the hero? The hero is in the same waters, same waves, and yet feel very, very comfortable and secure. It's because he's forewarned and forearmed. And this is what I want to give you, because these challenges will give a punch to all of us, no matter where we are. But when we know which area of our life it's going to affect, then we can look at what can we do about it. How can we actually stay a step ahead and take the challenge and rise it? See, because not all challenges have to be a bad thing. Sometimes they come around with radical changes so that we, in a very quick way, can change direction. And sometimes it will just prompt us and throw us straight onto our life purpose. And this is how I want you to look at it. What good can you get out of the challenges in the sky year of 2013? Hello, Aries, and we're looking at your general forecast for 2013. We will be exploring those major areas that are going to be giving you the major underlying fundamental foundation for this year. And having Uranus there to your sense of personality, you're going to be doing a lot of changes to maybe the way you act or look. Uranus likes to do some changes, radical changes too at times, and it's just breaking free from those old limitations. This started sometime here in 2012 for you, so you've already started to feel antsy, needing a change, wanting to express yourself perhaps a little bit differently. And that's all good. It's going to be an exciting time for you as you become more of who you are. And you might start showing more interest into the metaphysical areas due to it. But let's look at Mars. Mars is the planet of action. And this is how we go out and achieve things. It's where our energy is at. And for you, Mars is starting up here early in the year in the area of social networking, groups, friends, hopes and ideals. And you'll feel that early now in this month, how you're just interacting and meeting new people and speaking to groups, for example. And this is the punch, the beginning. This is the propulsion system that you're having. And you're going to be ending up at the end of the year in the realm of love, relationships, and partnerships. So your journey is going to be here for, and you can kind of add this up, or say like a month, not even a month, it'll be like 3 to 4 weeks, thereabout, in each sign as it moves along. But you're going to be gradually moving from being really busy with groups and networks to taking a little step back, kind of like refining your thoughts, regenerating your energies, or looking deeper within, soul searching. And when you feel that this very busy initial time is over and you kind of go into that mode, it's totally okay, because there's things behind the veil that's going to be operating, okay? And it's also putting to rest this last year that you've gone, these last 8 or 9 months. So, and then you're going to come forward again strongly, and I see you taking a lot of action to put yourself out there. You make yourself known to your environment, taking initiations on whatever is important for you right there and then. And as that kind of completes itself, those weeks, you're going to be honing in on what's important when it comes to your income. Your monthly check and how you spend your money. There might be more expenses. A phase where you will feel that the increase of that is coming. You might want to adjust it so you don't overspend. At the same time, there might be some expenses that you don't know, so you might want to have a little backup for it. You'll also be looking at your values, what is important to you, and what is no longer important. Those issues will be coming up, making decisions. Followed by the next phase where you're going to be traveling somewhat, both close and far, mostly close and short trips. You might have a lot of in and out visitors, and you may be visiting siblings yourself. It's a good time to get together for reunions, and it's also a good time for communication. And then I see you spending time with family. This could also be with siblings. It could be your parents, children, or spending time at home, fixing the home. We don't do that all year round when there's major mendings needing to be done. But Mars here will bring things to the forefront where your house does need a little extra attention, or your yard. So that will be a few weeks where your focus will be there. And then it's your children. They may be needing extra attention, guidance. There may be busy things in and out. There might be a good time for pregnancy for those of you looking to get pregnant. That will be at that stage throughout the year. And then it's coworkers and day-to-day routines coming in and then ending up in your relationship house or a house of marriage and partners. So by December of next year, you've completed a whole lot of scenarios that are going to be mainly in focus. There's 2 or 3 life areas Mars hasn't really touched directly, at least not by transiting through, but sure enough, Mars will also, throughout the entire year, create aspects to your personal planets in your natal chart, your personal chart at the time of birth. So everything should be activated, but these are the main guidelines for you. And of course, you have Jupiter in your 3rd house for communication and travel. And this is why I'm saying there might be long distance and short distance travel for you this year. And when you complete that and you're coming closer into the summer, say by July there, Jupiter has already changed signs. So it's moving from Gemini into Cancer. And then you have had nearly a full year of this expansion within realms of communication and harvested a lot there. So your focus is going to be more on beautifying or expanding the home scenario. But the main thing I really want to focus on is, where is your challenge, this great challenge between Uranus and Pluto this year? It will be affecting all of us, as I mentioned. And for you, it's going to be between your sense of personality and who you are, the changes that you're going through on that personal level, and the work field, your career. Pluto's up in that career house. So that could be the higher ups, that can be a little strong and stern and expecting things from you. It can also be you coming into this new sense of power in the work field and having to tackle people who may not always be as happy to see that you've risen to the position you have. There may be a little bit jealousy or whatnot. And of course that can hurt, that can trigger, and you might, wonder a little bit about this. Instead of them being happy for you, they might try to set you up a little bit, and especially because you have Uranus on the other side, you're wanting to rebel against anything that's coming at you from the workplace. If it's not harmonious, I see that you might react or overreact, and there could be tension there on some level. And so, of course, it's not something that you have been used to, in years past. So it's a new challenge, and it's like, what's happening and why is this happening? And of course, a lot of you can generate some anxiety due to it. And this is where we want to be forewarned. So what can you do about that? Pluto can be controlling, so either you can encounter people in your career that may take that action towards you, where they're going to try to be more controlling. It could be you kind of coming on perhaps a little strong and create some waves. And if this is the case, it's like, pace yourself. Heed the signals. If anybody says something about that, readjust so you don't come out too powerful. But you still have power. You don't want to give away that power. If you do and you victimize yourself, you'll feel that you're losing all control. And that's not what Pluto does best. Pluto likes to rule and take charge, and so be it. You have that. You have achieved this level of power in your career. So you want to use it for the higher good. And as long as you think about everybody's higher good in your work scenario, they will all love you. That is a positive and good leader. You don't want to get into any kind of power fits with anybody, because that's never a good thing with this placement. But it can also come in and heal. So some of you might feel that you can come in to a career where you have to come in and reorganize things, and then you have this tremendous energy behind you that can do miracles. Pluto is the miracle worker, but you always have to think of it in its highest aspect, not the lower aspect, because that's hitting under the belt. And if anybody tries to hit you under the belt, you know where they're coming from. And most likely they're coming from a place of insecurity, and trying to mask their insecurity. It can come across as being very arrogant. And of course, arrogance will shove people away instead of invite them in. So if you see that around your coworkers, recognize the insecurity that they may be holding and be the one to come in and heal that situation. Work with it. And you'll see that a lot of that tension will just wipe right away. And it can encourage your own sense of not only independence, which Uranus likes to do, but Uranus likes to express individuality. And for you, that's everything right now. To come out with that new self and this new expression. So, but it could be a big thing, because they're both big planets, and all of it happening at the same time could create some stir. Or you will be dumped into a place where there's a lot of stir, and you'll see power struggles between people's individuality and wanting to rule. So you could also become the observer of this, in your area of work. You don't have to be the direct participant, but it's no fun to be in a workspace where everybody is yakking behind everybody else's back. That tension is not creative. So whatever level it is you're going to end in on there, this is where it's going to be affecting you throughout the year. Then, that said, you have a lot of good things going for you. There's a lot of spirituality working for you. There is also this expansion of things that you can be very excited about with Jupiter, the big giver of abundance. And this is coming your way, and it's coming through family. A great year to spend time with siblings and family this year. So do subscribe to get your monthly forecast.